And welcome to another episode of Homefront. It's Rome, and you know what this smile means? Nurses on set. Welcome on set, Nurse Janelle. Welcome to another episode of Homefront. Thank you for being here with us. And today, we have a lot of people at home during the pandemic on the lockdown, and they have their kids at home, their family members at home, and sometimes a child or another family member might choke on an item, a food item, or a random object, especially with children who like to put things in their mouth, right? So today, we're going to focus on what to do if someone is choking. So let's start with children and infants.
Yes, with infant. So if an infant is choking, so remember the infant is less than 1 year.
Yes.
What you want to do, you want to place them over your arm, using gravity and your leg to support. Don't occlude the nose and the face. Making sure they're secure. You want to give 5 back blows between the shoulders.
5 back blows?
5 back blows.
Okay.
Right?
But hard, you're going to damage your child?
5. You want the object to be expelled, right?
Okay.
And it's between the shoulder blades.
So firm blows.
Right? And then
not
you want to
abusive
turn them
blows,
over,
just
not
firm.
abusive.
Right.
Support them again, and before you give the chest thrust now, you want to look in the mouth to see if the object would have come up to the mouth. If it doesn't come, if it's not there, you want to do your chest thrust. Just like if you're doing CPR, the same landmark, you're giving 5. Look to see if the object is there. If it's not there, you go again. Turn them back over, and you support it, right? And you repeat this until you see the object come out. Of course, you can remove it.
Okay.
And if the child goes unresponsive, you flip into BLS mode.
So that is for infants.
Infants.
So now you have children and adults.
And adults, right? So for a child and an adult, basically the same thing, right? So I want to bring my nurse Falana with me
more
to demonstrate
nurses
how we do
on
this.
set. Welcome, Nurse Falana, to Homefront set. All right, so this is either a child or an adult will be the same procedure.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Mask on. Yes, we're making sure we're safe.
right, so if an adult or a child is choking, so they might be coughing at first, you just encourage them to cough. So you stand at the side and encourage them to cough. However, if they're not able to cough and you see the hole in there, do the universal sign, they're not able to cough, you need to get close to them to do this procedure. So that's why you need to ask, do you want my assistance? Right, and she says yes, so I'm going to get behind her. I'm going to take my leg and put it between her own, ask her to move it or kick it aside if she's not able to cooperate with me. And I'm taking this stance so that if she goes unresponsive, I'm able to hold her and bring her down to the ground. Right, then the next thing you want to go to nervous, right? So she's fighting for life here now. You want to go to the waist, find the navel, using your middle finger and your thumb, extend it all the way up to the breastbone area. Take the other hand, placing it, making a fist with the thumb inside, in the center here. Place the other hand over it, and you want to do what we call an abdominal thrust. So it's a forceful act where you go in and upward. Right? So I won't do it for now, else we'd have to call paramedics right now. Right? So you're going to do that action.
Just do the thrust.
You keep doing it until the
object comes out.
Right? And of course, if the object is expelled, she needs to go to the hospital to get checked out.
Right.
If while she's doing this and she goes unresponsive, you have to kick into a BLS.
Oh, okay. So right about now, we're going to come back and talk a little bit about the recovery position after you do your thrust.
Your thrust.
All right?
Yes.
All right. We'll be back right here on Homefront. Now, the last time you were here, we were discussing choking. And I was thinking, all right, so I do any thrusts and nothing coming out. So I can't get this thing out of the person. I don't know if they have something in them still or what it is. And just so the person collapse, as Trinidad would say, boot up. They collapse, boot up on the ground. What do I do now?
Right, so then you have to go back to BLS. So we're jumping back into BLS now.
I remember in a previous episode, we spoke about BLS. What does BLS stand for?
Basic life support.
Basic life support. So that is like what we call CPR.
CPR, yes.
So we do our compressions.
Yes.
Right.
You're doing your compressions on the person chest because they're going unresponsive at this point. Right, and when you do the compressions, remember you are doing 30 compressions, then you want to look into the person's mouth to see if the object came up to the mouth, and then you just pick it
Take
out
it
of your
out.
mouth.
Ah.
You don't do any blind sweep at all, right? So if it's at the back of your throat and you're not sure you can get it, you don't go trying to push it out, because guess what? You can actually
Put
it
it back.
further, right? And cause more problems for yourself and the person.
Okay, so we're doing that. We do the compressions. They're looking like if they're responsive now. But you want to check for a pulse, or what? How do we
Right,
make
so your
sure?
signs of life here, definitely we'll be checking for a pulse. You see them, maybe they're moving their limbs, they might even start to cough because the object has been expelled,
So
right?
I want to touch a bit on the checking of our pulse, because I always hear people say check for our pulse.
Yeah.
How do we check for our pulse?
Right, so it have different sites in our bodies that we could actually check for a pulse. And usually when somebody goes unresponsive, the main areas we would want to check would be the neck.
The neck.
Or by the arm here, by the arm between the elbow, right? So the neck pulse would be what we call the carotid in the medical field, and this would be a brachial. And a lot of people, I'm sure, familiar the one by your wrist, which is the radial pulse, right? So when we're checking for the pulse, so for your carotid pulse, look for Adam's apple. So it's more pronounced with yours. You won't see it on my neck.
Yeah.
Right? And you slide your hand at the side of the neck into the groove.
Okay.
Right? And you're applying firm pressure. It's not good to try it with both hands, but you just make yourself go unconscious, right? So firm pressure, and you should feel your pulse.
I'm feeling
So
something
using the
moving.
index and your thumb.
Right.
And you're feeling something there. So you're alive. You're with me here now. Right?
So
Next
I just
place,
checking,
you
but
just
do I
check
check
it.
in terms of count, or once I'm feeling
Right, so
a
remember the
pulse?
checks with the BLS, we would do it for no more than 10 seconds. Right, so you would be feeling for at least 10 seconds, making sure that the person has a pulse.
And the same thing here as well?
Same thing by the wrist, so your radial pulse, so you follow your thumb and let your hand fall into the wrist area, applying firm pressure again,
Right,
and you
you're
should feel
feeling
it.
Okay.
Right, and then the next one, the brachial pulse, or the one between the elbow, follow your pinky finger right in line to the elbow,
Right.
and then you apply some pressure there.
Okay.
Index and thumb all the time, right? You
So
never want index and middle finger. You never want to use your thumb because you might be checking and feeling your pulse and thinking that the person is alive, right? So you want to get this
So
right.
you're checking their pulse, not your pulse?
Yes, so
Right.
index and the middle finger is the fingers you want
All
to
right,
use to
good.
check the pulse.
So we did the BLS, we checked for the pulse.
Yes.
What do we do next with this?
Right, so at this point, you want to put them in the recovery position.
In the recovery
In
position.
the recovery position. So this time they're conscious, but they're not really alert, right? So you want to put them in the recovery position because you want to prevent them from
So could we
choking
get
on
a
the vomit.
demonstration of the
So
recovery
definitely.
position?
So
All
my
right.
lovely nurses here
Hey,
again.
hey,
More
more
nurses for you.
nurses on set!
Falana and Jacinta.
All right, so Falana and Jacinta are going to come and show us how to do the recovery position.
Right, so you'd have done a BLS, the person would have been in this position by that time, responsive, so you want to put them in the recovery position. So the thing is, you need to get close to the patient, to the victim, right? So then you want to take the hand nearest to the person and raise it above the head in a right angle, and the
Right.
palm facing outwards. Then you want to get the hand furthest away from you, bring it across the face with the palm facing towards you. You're holding it in position there. Then you're taking the leg furthest away from the person, bringing it up in a right angle, making sure the feet is flat on the ground. In this position now, you're using the leg as a lever to turn that person towards you.
And does it matter side? I remember the last time you were telling me about this. Does it matter which side to turn
Right,
them
so the
onto?
preferred side would be the left side.
Preferred side is the
right,
left
but
side.
of course, it would all depends on what's going on. If the person had injury on the left side, you wouldn't want to turn them on that side.
Okay.
Right? If there's an obstruction there, you won't be able to, right? But definitely the left side, and for pregnant women, you want to put them on the left
On
side.
the left side.
Right, so once they're in this position, you're waiting for your help to arrive now, right? And you're making sure that the airway is open, and you're just observing. So you're watching to make sure they're still breathing. You could even check again for a pulse to make sure they still have a pulse,
All right.
right?
But there's Jacinta resetter now coming and try.
Right, so you think you can do this?
Yeah, I'm
Okay, let
watching
me
it,
see
man.
you.
I'm watching it, man.
I want to know if I can organize a uniform for
I
you to
think
come
I
to
have
work
this.
tomorrow,
I think
right?
I can
So
be
let
a
me see.
any of male nurses?
No, we are male nurses, so
Right,
I want to know if I need to organize a
I'm gonna get
uniform for you to come to work
I'm gonna get my
tomorrow.
mask.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
see
get
ya.
my mask. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna get ready. Male nurses on set now. Male nurses on set.
Male nurse on set
Male
now.
nurse on set. All right.
So you
So,
recovered this person
I'm
here
going
now.
to check for a pulse. I checked Adam's apple and I
Yeah.
check in here. Right.
And you're feeling the pulse? Index and middle finger,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Good.
Our pulse moving like it. Marshall beat so. All right, she now come from my
She know,
party.
right?
Good.
So you need to put her in the recovery position because while you're waiting for the ambulance, so let me,
So first,
nice.
And then the food is
Your hand for this, yeah, across the face.
Right.
The palm. On the face, the hand on the face, and you keeping the palm there. So you hold it in that position.
All right, hold this here for me, right?
She can't hold it for you, but she not with it all together.
All right.
So bring the foot up.
Feet on the ground.
Flat on the ground, and then you use the leg.
Roll out
towards
this side,
yourself.
towards me.
Right, and once you roll out to that side, you're making sure the feet is on the ground in that same sort of right angle position. So you see how easy it was to use her leg to roll out. So do you know what that means? Once you have me in that position, you can roll me over easy.
All right. And then it says airwaves.
That's right, Joe. You keep the airways open.
And I wait for help.
And you're waiting for help at this point. At this point, you keep observing to make sure she's breathing. So you're looking for rise and fall of the chest.
All right.
Right?
I've seen it. So she's responsive. But she's not so responsive, but she's breathing.
She's not so very alert, but she's conscious at this
breathing,
point, right?
she has a pulse, so I know she's alive.
Right, so
and we're waiting on the ambulance.
Right, so other people that your persons you may want to put in this position would be persons who had a seizure perhaps, where they're not very responsive after the seizure because we have a space where we call the postictal, they'll be very sleepy.
Okay.
So they put them in that position.
Okay.
So again, if they were to vomit, they're in that position, the vomit can easily run out.
All right, good. So now we're going to take some deep breaths as we head into our mindfulness moment.
Welcome to this mindfulness moment. With so much happening all around us, it's sometimes easy to feel like we're just floating on a breeze. So I invite you to get grounded today. So closing your eyes, just feeling yourself on your chair and bringing the awareness to your feet on the ground. Maybe you can even press your feet a little bit more firmly into the ground, really enhancing that connection to the earth. So now imagining roots coming from the bottom of your feet and going all the way down to the center of the earth, keeping you solid, firm, and grounded. You know, the deeper the roots, the stronger the tree, despite the storms going on around you. So take a moment to just connect and feel your connection to the earth. And remember to take time out to be here now.
That sense of calm, peace, serenity after a mindfulness moment. My name is Rome. I want to thank you all very much for joining us for another episode of Homefront where we had nurses on set. So thank you very much to our nurses that were here with us today. And we also want to thank our PED CARES Foundation. Keep on supporting our foundation and they will keep on supporting the kids. They are our future. Thank you very much. See you same time, same place right here on TV6 for Homefront. There you go. There you go. Ready?